Hello, welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. Today's sewing tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this simple dress. It's a kimono dress, but it's very simple to make and is beginner friendly. If that's what you're looking for, continue watching till the end. It can be worn by plus size and a slim person. Can you see? The first one was a plus size and this is a size 8, so any size can wear this. If that's what you're looking for, continue watching till the end to see how I made this. If this is your first time coming across my channel, remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of my sewing tutorial. Now for today's sewing tutorial, make sure you watch till the end so you don't miss any of the sewing tips I'm going to be sharing. This dress is really simple, it's just in the details, so let's go into the tutorial. To make this, you will be needing satin fabric, silk fabric or chiffon fabric. I have here chiffon fabric. I don't know, but they call it crepe here in Nigeria, but the main crepe that I know is kind of thick for this bubu style or bubu styles. But if you have crepe fabrics that are light like chiffon like this, you can use them. So this is what I'm going to be using. The next thing you have to decide is the length, the amount of fabric you need. So to determine the amount of fabric you need, you have to take the measurements from the center back like this and to the length where you want yours to stop. You want the sleeve to stop. Whatever it is, you're going to be adding some sewing allowance to that. Let's say I want it to be 22. I will get 22 inches times 4. You times that by 4. Whatever that is, you're going to add sewing allowances to that. Let's say I have 22 inches. You're going to times that by 2, which is 44. And this will be for the front. The back will also be 44. So 44 times 2 is 88. Now you're going to add sewing allowances to that. You will add 4 inches sewing allowance plus the one in front, that is 5 inches. So 88 plus 5 will give you 93 inches. So that's what you're going to be using. For me here, I think I have a little bit above that because I want mine to be 23 inches. So I will fold my fabric into 4 like this. Let me turn the other way. Let me turn it to the back. Let me use the back of the fabric. So I will fold it into 2 and I'll fold it again into 4. So this is how you're going to fold yours. This is it after folding it. Now as you can see, I have 1 inch sewing allowance in front here. So this will be for the front and this will be for the back. Now guys, I would suggest from size 8 to 16 or 18 even can use this same measurement that I'm going to use. But if you're bigger, if you're on the plus size, plus size, you have to make that so you have to increase the length of your sleeve. Maybe you have to increase the length of your sleeve to somewhere there and use the measurement for that. That way it will be. But for this is a one size from 8 to 18, I guess. So you can use the same measurement that I'm using. This fabric comes by 60 or even more than 60. So you can. Mine is 59, and luckily for me, the length I'm using is 58 inches. So I would use it like that. But if yours is But if the length of the person you're using is more than that, you can turn it the other way around and use it. So next I'm going to do is, I will come on the neckline. The neck width I want to use is 3 inches. I will mark that here, 3 inches. I hope my chalk will show today. Okay, let me try this marker. I hope marker won't come to the front of the fabric. So I will use 3 inches here and I'll mark it here. And then for the neck depth, I'm going to come down 1.5 inches. These measurements, they are inclusive of the sewing allowance. I've included sewing allowance to this. So I'll come down like this. Then the neck depth for the front, I'm going to come down 4 inches. I'll just give the mark here. Later I will do that. Most especially because I'm using markers. So let me just put it here like that. The next thing I'm going to do is to get the shoulder width. The shoulder width I'm using is 8.5 inches. This is always nice when you are doing your bubu dresses, it helps to shape the sleeve. Remember, not all bubu gowns need shoulder sloping, but this one we need the shoulder sloping. So I'm going to come down here 1 inch and I'll connect this to this. I can't find my ruler now. Let me just do this with a free hand. So you connect this to this. Now you're going to take this all the way down like that. So I'm going to take this like that. Yeah, hope you can see, guys. Let me highlight it now. Yeah, I think you can see that. Next thing we're going to get is the round sleeve. Now what we have is this lace. This is going to stop somewhere here, so I'm going to take around the sleeve, which is 14 inches. I'm going to add 1 inch easing allowance to that, which will make it 15. So 15 divided by 2 will give me 7.5, and I'm going to add sewing allowance to that, which will give me, I'll make it 9 inches. So I'll make 9 inches here. Next thing I will do is to come in. I'll come in like 3 inches. I come in like 3 inches and mark that like this. So can you guys see? 3 inches here. I came in by 3 inches. Next thing I have to do is to come to the hip line. So the hip line I'm using is 26 inches. Let me go this way. 26 inches is the hip line that I'm using. So I'll come this way and take 26 inches like that. So on this line, I'm going to get the hip measurement plus sewing allowance. So the hip measurement I'm using is 44 inches. 44 divided by 4 will give me 11 inches. I'll mark 11 inches and I'm going to add 2 inches to that for easing and the sewing allowance. So I will have 13 inches. I'll mark 13 inches here like this, and I'm going to take this 13 inches all the way down. 13 inches all the way down like that. Guys, remember this is for size 8 to 18. So now I have it like that. The next thing I will do is from the hip line I'll come down 5 inches. So I came down by 5 inches like this. I'm going to, from this 5 inches, I will make this way. Can you guys see? I will take this from here and get to this line that I have here. So I'm going to come like this and go out that way. I come this way. I hope you guys can see this. Let me check. Oh no, okay, I think when I cut it, it will be easier for you guys to see. So let me cut out the side seam. So as you can see, can you guys see what I did? Next, before I cut out the shoulder, I have to flip the back this way. I always like to do this so that I'm still in control of the length of my belt. So next I'm going to come down this way on the front fabric. Now I'm going to come down 15 inches and I'll mark that. I'll just give it a mark. On this 15 inches I'm going to come in by 8.5 inches. If you don't have this allowance, you can come in by 6.5 or so. So I'm just coming in by 8 inches. I'll mark that here. So on this place I'm going to insert a belt, so I mark it here. I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. It's either you put your hand this way and you make it, or you can also measure it the same way you did. So let me just hold it here and get the mark. I'm just going to mark this. So here I'm going to insert a belt here. So back to our normal, taking this back again. I'm then going to now cut out the shoulder width, the shoulder line and the So now I'm going to cut this like this. If you're watching up to this time, remember to give this video a thumbs up. Guys, don't this video need a thumbs up? Give it a thumbs up. Drop your comments in the comment section. And if this is your first time coming across my channel, remember to subscribe. I will take that out and draw the neckline for the front. So for the front you have this. Next is for you to decide the length of your slit. It's either you come up from this place, or you're going to come from the shoulder line. So remember, what I have here is 1.5 inches. So from the neckline, from the shoulder line, if you want it to be open like mine and the one that you have in the thumbnail, you have to come down 32 inches and you will mark it there. But if you don't want it that open, then you can come down to 36 inches, but I'm going to use 32 inches. Yeah. And then for the neckline, you can come down 4 inches. I'll come down 4 inches, and I'm going to notch it also. So next, to join this, you go to your machine now, and you're going to join this coming in 1 inch. You're going to join this from here up to where you have your slit, which is here. So I'm just going to go ahead and join this from this place to where I have my slit. So before you close the center front, I went ahead and cut out facing for the back. So you go ahead and join this like this and sew it. As you can see, I've interfaced that. Same thing for the front, I've cut interfacing for that. So you go ahead, first of all, you go ahead and use this interfacing, sew it here like this and turn it the other way and understitch it. And for the rope, I have cut out 2 pieces of fabric. They are 5 inches in width. As you can see, they are 5 inches in width. By the time you join it, you go ahead and join it like that, and you're going to, place it here. After joining it, you're going to go ahead and place it here like this. So I'll go ahead and do all this and come back to you. This is it after the interfacing, as you can see, and I've gone ahead and added the belt. So the next thing you will do now is to, let me turn this way. As you can see, I have notched both the interfacing and the main fabric. Can you guys see? So I'm just going to go ahead, starting from this place, I will join it to the end where I have that slit there. So I'm going to just join it from here to here and come back to you guys to show you the next thing and the slit on that side. So next thing I would do, after overlocking this, you make sure you overlock it first of all, then you can now go ahead and open this like this. You iron it open like this, and you see what I'm doing, you iron it open like that. For this place, you're going to use this, you add this here, this hemming gum, you put it here. After using the hemming gum for this place, you're going to also go ahead and tack it so that it will not unravel. And for the lower part, you just go ahead and do the same thing. You iron it open like that, iron it open all the way up like that, and you also use the hemming gum and hem it there. With that, you have a very clean finished dress. So you go ahead and hem it like this. Make sure first of all you're going to go ahead and overlock this. Another way you can do that is, just if you don't want to use the hemming gum, you can go ahead and fold it like this, and then you're going to go ahead and sew it both sides, whichever one is okay. For the strap, the length I have is 25 inches. You can have 25 to 30 inches. That will do for any size. Like I said, I'm going to place this like this, turn it the other way around like that, and you're going to go ahead and sew it like that. You now go ahead and join the side seam straight. Next thing you have to go and do is to go and hem the sleeve. You go and hem it like this, and then you will now hem the lower part. Guys, with this we have come to the end of today's video. I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.
So many times that I miss you. I know how to call when I want to. Now you got way bigger issues.